being here. I mean, just having my parents even over last night for dinner was pretty cool. Like my dad actually made me a coffee table, so they were delivering that to me. But it was just nice that they were able to drive down and be there, only an hour and a half down the road. And yeah, walking in that door, there's obviously a lot of familiar faces between my college days and then now, and then even in the national team and friends outside, even who I skate with in Toronto during the summer. So that felt really normal and felt really good. So yeah, I'm pretty happy walking in those doors. I think you're going to get quite a feisty game every time you play against our D-core. I mean, you obviously know the way Renata fast plays, and I think Sav also complements that. Like, she's a skilled defenseman that I got to play with in college and learn a lot from. And then you got Ali and Callie, who last year, stood on their head when Toronto needed it. And then myself coming into that, I think I just add to that mix. I think you're going to not want to go in any corner, I think, against any of our D pairings really out there. If you're being honest.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I've been D-paired with everybody, I think, at this point. So I think it's good to kind of get my feet wet. I mean, if I'm going to play with everybody, I want them to know how I play, and I want them to feel comfortable being with me too out there. I think I'm a very readable and easy player to go with, and I'm pretty easygoing in general, so I want them to feel that they can play their style of game, and I'm going to read and react off of them, and that's what good D partners and good teammates do. They just, complement their teammate in the way they can and don't want to hold them back. I mean, I look at a player like Hannah Baskin, if she's on this roster, I mean, I want her to feel comfortable on this team and in this league, and if I can play alongside her, and even if I have to play my offside, I would love to do that. And then I obviously have familiarity with Renata playing with the national team, and that's really comfortable. And Sav, I mean, if we got reunited in a couple games, I mean, we wouldn't say no to that either. So yeah. I don't know. I think I feel pretty comfortable with any of them out on the ice with me. And Troy would know, best what this team needs, and he's going to be able to put us in situations and put players in situations that he knows is going to make them successful.
You ever heard of the Big Three in Montreal?
No.
Savard, Lapointe, and Robinson.
Oh, I think we're going to be a big seven, Yeah, I think, I heard Julie say it earlier, like we do have a really mature group. I think we have a very experienced group, and I think leaning into that for our younger girls, it makes it a lot easier, and they get really comfortable pretty quickly. And the big thing about leadership is knowing that it's a horizontal line and that it can come from anybody. So I think our younger players are going to quickly, adapt to that, and they're going to be leading us in a way. And I think the best is when a younger player is able to look at a veteran and go like, I need you to be more accountable, or, hold us to a standard that we are holding them to. And that's what good teammates is, and that's what's going to make you successful in the end. So, but yeah, I think I have a little bit of leadership, obviously, from New York and different things I had to work through there. So I hope that when I come to those situations, or if I get in those situations again, I'll be able to provide a different thought, just because I was not in this market for 2 years. This off season was, pretty typical for me. I train usually just out of McMaster, so that was pretty familiar, but knowing that it was just going to be in this area was pretty cool. I skated a lot in the Sarnia way, actually, so I was kind of not in the Toronto area, but I was really excited to come here. But when I was driving, you're going like, man, Toronto traffic, but it's pretty comparable to New York and Jersey, so it can't be that bad. I worked out separately, and I skated with a different group. My boyfriend also plays hockey, so the two of us were in a skills group together on the ice. I appreciate it. Obviously, he's got to stay a little neutral. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Yeah. So I think for him, he's feeling that, like, I'll just stay in the neutral ground. But, I still love him, and I love his sister, so it's okay. Yeah, that's very heartwarming to know that all the girls are really excited for me to be here. And I know a lot of them, love the way I play, too, and the type of character I bring to the locker room. I just try to bring out the best in people, and I want people to feel comfortable around me and be them authentic selves. And as long as I can do that, I think that's why people feel so comfortable, or I feel so comfortable, is because, I come in and I just am who I am, and they can be who they are, and there's no judgment there. I just think, you're in a whole bunch of different teams, and I think it's that's what makes a team culture so good is when you are able to be comfortable and be yourself. I think if people come in here and they try and be something they're not, or not play to their strengths, I think they find themselves on this roller coaster mindset of playing really good and then playing really bad. And I think if a big thing I've learned actually in the mental side of the game is who you are as a person really translates to what you do on the ice. And I think a lot of people see that I'm a very kind, very open to conversations, and very connected. I love to have those friendships. But on the ice, I like to be quite feisty. I may be a little bit quieter, but I think just like that style of play, that connection is where you find, like, I just know where my players are on the ice, or I try to make a mental note of where my players are versus their players. So a lot of those may not seem like they're going to translate, but a lot of the times who you are is going to translate on the ice.